What's up everyone, Michael Taylor from 64 Motorsport. I'll just go outside. Sorry about the light. I should have turned the lights on in the garage. I've got up this morning and gone to go to work and got a flat tyre on the trailer, so I thought this might be a good one where I can show you how we're going to fix this. This is the second flat tyre I've had in a week on this trailer, and it's from going down the tip all the time, and near the green waste they dump all the pallets and all that sort of stuff, so there's always nails and everything all over the ground, and it's a pain in the arse. Since I've had this trailer I've had to repair probably half a dozen times in the space of a year, and it's doing my head in. So the first thing I'm going to have to do is actually rip this tyre off, and I'll get it into the garage and I'll show you how I'm going to fix this puncture, eh? What I'm going to be using is this tyre repair kit, and basically what we do is we pull out the nail and then we put a plug in where the hole was, and it seals it up, and then pump it up again. And generally I've not had a problem with it. I've used these half a dozen or more times, and they're a real lifesaver, particularly if you've got a trailer or a caravan. Certainly enough to get you back up on the road till you can find a tyre place to put a new tube in it. Yeah, I got that from the tip. That looks like a wood screw. So the first thing we got to do is rip it out. Get yourself a pair of pliers. That ruined your day, doesn't it? So now I know where it is, I can get to work patching it up. Now the first thing you're going to do is you've got this, I don't know what you call it, serrated tool, and what you got to do is clean up the hole before you put the plug in. So you simply insert that into the, I might just move this around a bit. But basically what you're trying to do is clean out the metal strands and things like that, so you can easily get the adhesive and the plug into the hole. If it's really hard to see, it probably wouldn't hurt if you can mark it some place, like with a pen or whatever. Now the other things you're going to get in the kit, you get these strips of goop, some contact adhesive, and an application tool. First thing you do is you tear out a bit of a strip of your whatever it's called. Okay, so what you do is you get your plug, you insert it into the eye of the needle. You might need to flatten it a smidge so it feeds in, and then once you get it in there, fortunately there's a big hole on the end of the needle, so people with eyesight like mine, which is a bit dicky, you're not going to have too much of a trouble. So feed it through the needle. It takes a little bit of effort, but get it roughly about halfway. And once you've done that, grab your contact adhesive and put a bit of a coating on the plug. Put a bit of a coating on the plug, bend her over, and then, hold on, because I need to lift the wheel up again to show you this bit. Force it into the hole, and once you've got it in there, it's a little bit of an effort depending how big the screw was that went in. you want to try and get it in about 2/3 of the way in at least. Now you've got it in about 2/3 of the way in, you want to pull it out in a really quick, rapid motion. It should just stay in there, so let's see how we go. One rapid pull. Lift that back up so you can see what I'm looking at. So that's stayed in the hole, and then you get your cutters or a pair of pliers and you just cut off the excess. Preferably a sharp pair of pliers. And then what I like to do is just put a little bit of extra contact adhesive around that hole just to help seal it up. Put the lid on so it doesn't dry out, because I've got another couple of plugs there for another couple of punches, which I'm sure to get in the next month or so. While you're waiting for that to dry, clean up the plug. I find wax and grease remover works really well for this, so I'll grab some of that in a sec. But that is a treated pine screw, and it's a little bit easier if the hole's fairly big getting that plug in, but I'll let that set for a couple of minutes and then I'll just trim it up a bit with my sharp pliers, and then we're ready to inflate it and get it back onto the trailer, and we're off and running again. Got the air compressor fired up and charged up with my tyre gauge on it. Oh, over here, mate. So I've got all that cleaned up with my tyre gauge on it. It's been about 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm in a hurry. You know, the longer you can wait before you inflate it, the better. But I've certainly done this with less time for it to seal up than this, and it's such a small hole, we should be sweet. So we'll see how we go, eh? Now, generally what you want to do is when you inflate it, before you put it back on, just give it a few minutes to make sure it's holding pressure. There's the compressor. A little bit more. And we're done. And that's how you plug a hole in your tyre. So all I've got to do now is get this back onto the trailer and we're off to the races, or in my case, off back down to the tip to empty a load, and hopefully I don't pick up another screw. But I've got my kit all boxed up again. This will go into my toolbox in the trailer. If you haven't got one of these, I got this from Super Cheap Auto, and there's a couple of different brands, but yeah, I think they all work the same. You get enough, I think, plugs for about 5 repairs, which in my case is 6 months worth. And they're only, I think they're less than $20. So this will only work if it's in the tread. It's, yeah, if you've got a screw or damage to your sidewall, don't use these. These are only good if it's in the tread. Follow the instructions. What do you call it? A 8Ps tyre repair kit. Stick it in your toolbox and you'll thank me for it later. Anyway, I'll get this back on. Back to work, eh? Thanks for watching, and keep an eye out for my videos on the 64 Motorsport YouTube channel. I upload every week. This one is going to be exclusive for my Facebook family. I might upload it onto YouTube in a few weeks' time, but for now, enjoy. Have a good day, guys. Hope all's going well. Look after yourselves. Stay safe. TTFN.